Hello, in today's philosophical ethics video, I want to discuss the divine command theory and the issues around it, or the worries around it. To begin, we have to understand what the divine command theory is. The divine command theory is an ethical theory that says that what is immoral and what is moral is commanded by the divine. So an action is wrong when the divine or God tells us not to do that action. An action is morally obligatory when the divine commands us to do an action or that action. And an action is morally permissible when the divine either tells us not to do it or to do it. So say I flick my pencil across the room. That action is morally permissible because the divine didn't command me to do it, but he didn't tell me not to do it. So that's what makes it morally permissible. An example of a wrong action is if the divine commands us not to steal. He commands humans not to steal. Then it is wrong to steal, according to divine command theory. Now, usually when we talk about ethical theories, there are reasons for why something is wrong or why something is right. A benefit to this ethical theory is that it's very simple, it's very simplistic in that the reason for an action being wrong or morally permissible or obligatory is that God said so or the divine said so. But the divine command theory may lead to several questions. What if there's not a God? Or how do we know that there is a God? How do we know what God commands? Why would God command whatever he commands us to do or not do? Consider this example. Mark is at the park tripping people. It seems wrong, and God commands us not to trip people. But now the question is why? Why is it wrong to trip people? For this, there's either a reason or there's not. If there is no reason, then the command is arbitrary, it's random. If there is a reason, then oh, it hurt somebody, oh, think of the consequences, oh, you wouldn't want that to happen to you. The reason itself is why the action is wrong, not God's commands. This leads me to an important concept, an important dilemma. This dilemma is called the Euthyphro dilemma. And it goes, are wrong actions wrong because God commands them? Or does God command us not to do certain actions because they are wrong? If you go with the first part of the dilemma, then essentially says wrong action is wrong because God commands it, then you essentially accept God's command alone. Anything that God commands can be right. Again, leading back to how a command, why something is wrong without a reason is arbitrary. But if you go to the second half of that dilemma, then it's the reason, again, it's the reason that makes the action wrong, not God's command. So, in conclusion, divine command theory is an ethical theory that says an action is wrong if God commands us not to do something, or an action is morally obligatory when God commands us to do a particular action. When we ask the question of why when regarding this ethical theory, there are either reasons for it or there are no reasons. If there are reasons for why we shouldn't do X or Y, then those reasons make the action wrong, not whatever God commands. If there is no reason, then the command is arbitrary, it's random. It's not uncommon to find that people link ethics and religion. So I challenge you to look for why an action is wrong. Is it simply because God commands that an action is wrong? Or are there reasons behind why an action is wrong? With that, I thank you for checking out this video, and I wish you the best of luck on your philosophical journey.